Sweet. Noah McMahan, welcome to the Steep Stuff Podcast. How's it going, dude?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast for a conversation. Stoked to have this, especially after some of the trail running stuff that you put in this past summer. Definitely a standout season. Man, maybe just give me like a 5-minute elevator pitch on like your background as we get started.
Yeah, so I grew up running. My parents were runners. My dad ran in college, a small school in Kentucky where my twin brother runs now, which is pretty cool. My mom didn't grow up running, but started running when she met my dad. They did triathlons and trail running, where they both ran for Solomon, which was pretty cool. So growing up, we were a Solomon household. Started trail running, kind of just fun races when I was younger, little fun runs. And then in high school, started cross country. I guess I started middle school, but got serious in high school after COVID. And just been loving trail run for all my easy days. My workouts, I might go to the track or something, but when I can, I'm definitely out trail running. Just growing up at Tahoe, like there's trails all around. So I kind of just trail run wherever I can. I like the soft surface. I like the challenge. And then, got into Broken Arrow Sky Race when that started at Palisades. Been doing that a couple of years. And then, kind of went from there, applied for the Worlds team, was just there and running cross country and track here, having a blast out here. So that's been a lot of fun. But I definitely love trail running. Definitely want to continue that. Probably continue that post collegiate as well.
Nice, dude. Well, I think you would be a super great addition. Shout out Andy Wacker for the Trail Team Elite when you so choose to apply to that. Dude, let's get into like your background too with collegiately. Like, so you run for Gonzaga. I think you're the only current college athlete I think I've ever had on the podcast, which this is fun because we'll get to chat all things track and field and cross country. Talk about your experience at Gonzaga. What is it like being a collegiate athlete right now? And what was the recruitment process like for you?
Yeah, so out of high school, I wasn't really recruited. My last picks were between here and St. Mary's, so rivals in the college world. But I ran pretty well in high school to where the coach here decided to give me a chance. I won high school state 10 separate times, 2 times in cross country and then 4 times twice in track. So I wasn't super heavily recruited just because coming out of Nevada, it wasn't super fast. But I knew I wanted to run in college. I just didn't know where. So I didn't decide till probably, it was like April, my senior year. So kind of just waited, was patient with it. And then once getting here, definitely an adjustment. I was injured all last year for the first half of the year, at least. And then kind of just got healthy, ran a decent indoor season. Started off the outdoor season pretty rough, but then my whole goal last year was just to get healthy, which I succeeded in that. And then from there, since I was healthy, I wanted to make U20 steeple and nationals. And
Steepler. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that wasn't, my first couple steeple races were hard, definitely really hard. And I didn't think it'd be something I could really improve much in because my slowest race felt super hard. But then just gradually, like each race, I was dropping 20 seconds off each time. So I ended up qualifying for the U.S. Nationals, U20 Steeple Nationals at Hayward Field. Got to race there this summer, which was actually 2 days before Broken Arrow. So I raced there, got 4th there with a good PR, and then drove home and raced Broken Arrow.
Which, by the way, you won the 11K, correct? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, that was legs are a little tired, hurting from all the driving, and I struggle with Achilles stuff on and off, and so I wasn't sure how I was gonna do in that. Kind of muscled through and took it out, and was honestly kind of scared. So I was running a little scared there, but good race.
Yeah. So how are your coaches? They're cool with you running trail races? Like, because I've heard usually people get like, coaches usually give pushback with their athletes running trail races.
Yeah. So two of my teammates actually ran at Worlds on the 20 team 2 years ago. So I talked to him about it, and he was totally all right with it. He said it'd be a great experience. He's big on the experiences and everything. So my coach loved me going and running. He also was like trying to help me structure training around getting ready for Worlds, because I wasn't too worried about cross country this year. So I was kind of just training for Worlds. And then once I got back, I kind of jumped back into cross country, but definitely he was super supportive about it. Loved me going out, having the experience, getting to travel like that.
So cool. I want to go back in time a little bit. I heard through the grapevine in my research that you went to the same high school as Michelino Sinceri, right? And took a bunch of his high school records.
Yeah.
Talk about that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know Michelino had records, but that's pretty dope.
Yeah. So our high school is a small high school. Only got about 250 kids in it. And so I wouldn't say the records are easy. They're just not always getting broken. So he had a lot of other records, and someone who was a senior my freshman year had a couple of records. And so my whole goal was just to break all those. And figured out a little bit that I got somewhat of a range. I started doing the 400 a couple times throughout the year, like 400 or 4x4. But it was definitely like, I think I got his 2-mile record is what it was. And so then throughout the year, I kept breaking my own record. But it was really cool to kind of see his records up there, but now my name up there, just to see what a great trail runner he's become, just kind of where I want to get to as well.
So cool. Yeah, Michelino's, he's a good dude. He's actually my coach, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's why I poke some fun at him. Can't let him have all the glory. Dude, what was it like growing up in Tahoe and kind of living in that area? Like, it's one of the most beautiful training grounds on the planet. Like, it's so cool. Paint that picture for me.
Yeah, it's really great. Just getting outside, I can get onto pretty much every trail in Tahoe within a half mile of my house. I just run up onto the trails and they all connect, and I could go all the way around the lake if I wanted. So when Sinceri ran around the lake, I went and watched that. I ran with him for part of it to pace him just for fun. But growing up, it's beautiful. During the winter, I'll go down to lake level, run on the trails down there. And those are paved, but it's beautiful right next to the lake, crystal clear. And then during the summer, have like a 12-mile run down to the lake and hop in the lake right there. So it's really nice. It's challenging when I go back home now and there's the altitude. But I love summer altitude training. That's one thing I miss down here, pretty much sea level. So it's great to go back. Beautiful. They're getting some snow right now. Glad I'm not getting all that. But yeah.
What's it like going to school at Gonzaga? Like, I've always known Gonzaga as like a basketball school, and it's so fun to watch you guys always in like the Sweet 16 and the basketball playoffs and stuff like that. What's the atmosphere like there? Is it a fun school? Is it more academic? Like, what's it all about?
Yeah, so it's a great school. We're private, which is pretty cool. It's a lot smaller. All my classes are pretty small, but it's a great basketball environment. Go to a lot of the games. We went to the Creighton game. What was that, last week? When we were both ranked pretty high. So it's really fun. There definitely is the academic part to it, and they do set a high standard on that. You're a student before the athlete. But it's great. Our team culture is great. I think the team is really why I'm here. And so it's kind of cool just to see everyone. They unfortunately did not make nationals this year, but we're looking to get back there next year for sure.
What's it like being a collegiate athlete for the school? Like, is it like a lot of good resources, compared to maybe friends that go to other schools or bigger universities and stuff like that? Like, what's it like as far as that life in general? Maybe describe that.
Yeah, it's really great for the resources aspect. If I need, I can schedule with teacher one-on-one, or the academic help from the athletics department is pretty cool as well. And then we kind of can just um, like feel out what we need to do. If we need to go talk to a teacher, go talk to athletics, they can kind of help us with the same thing. But it's kind of interesting when we register for classes, we have to see our advisor, whereas in bigger schools, they don't necessarily have to. And it's kind of cool to just get to know someone one-on-one if we have questions or anything.
Nice. What are you studying?
I'm studying kinesiology. I want to be like athletic trainer, kind of get to know my body as well, so I can maybe improve in running in that aspect, stay healthy.
Nice, dude. That's a tough major to do, especially with running. Like that's a lot of biology, a lot of stuff, a lot of chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something our team kind of prides ourselves on is not many people are doing some easy major. So it's like we're student athletes for real.
Nice. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. I got to talk to you about the trails, man. Like, what is it about? Well, first off, like, why the trails? Is it more because of mom and dad and that upbringing around Solomon and understanding trail running? Like, is it more like that as the kind of the background?
Yeah, I'd say part of it definitely is. But also just living in Tahoe, you can't go wrong with going on beautiful trails. But really anywhere, I love the challenge. I love the different terrain. I can really kind of do whatever terrain I want around Tahoe, but also just like ups and downs, and you're descending fast, you're climbing slow, but you're climbing hard. So it's definitely different than track or something. And that's kind of why I love it.
What's the like atmosphere at school? Like, do all the dudes and like know that like trail is an opportunity, like a possibility now? Like, you don't have to try and make it on the roads or make it on the track. Like, there's actual options to go be a professional trail runner, or is that more so from your background?
I'd say that's more so from my background. I know a lot of the guys kind of haven't looked into that, or just kind of after their college career, they're kind of done. But it's definitely something I want to look into post collegiate for sure, and definitely throughout the summers, like keep trail racing.
Yeah. So what sticks out to you for that? I mean, obviously Broken Arrow is a hometown race for you. Yeah. What else do you think you're going to show up to in 2026? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah. So I don't have too much on my radar right now. Just kind of staying ready for track season, getting a good base right now. But it's hard when I already have 3 seasons and that's like a 4th season. But I definitely want to look into some bigger races this summer. I'm thinking of doing the 23K at Broken Arrow, kind of stepping up there, and then kind of just see what else there is out there. I know there's a lot of races, and definitely in Colorado and everything. So I want to get out to those. Just got to figure it out with summer training and summer working.
I'm gonna regret this because you're gonna come kick my ass, but you should really think about doing a Cirque Series race. That'd be fun. Come do
it. Yeah, that sounds fun. I think we might try to go out and do the Trans Rockies this summer, so that might be cool. Another thing on there. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right, I don't want to bury the lead too much because I feel like I've gotten away from it, but I want to talk worlds. Like, you were a selection this year to go race. It was U20, correct? That was the team you were on?
Yep.
Talk about that. Like, that's obviously a massive honor to go represent Team USA abroad. You got to see really the pointy end of the spear with just on the world scene, some of the greatest trail runners on the planet get to do their craft. What kind of stood out to you, and what was your level of excitement to make that team?
Yeah, I was super excited to make that team. I hadn't made the U18 team, so I was didn't even know there was a U20 team until not too far out on before the deadline, honestly. But then when I got the call that I made the team, I was super excited. I was just looking forward to the experience. And then once I got to school and we started doing workouts, I didn't think I was super fit. So once we got there and I had a pretty decent race, I figured, okay, like I definitely do like being here. I definitely loved to represent USA. And I think there's little things that I could have done different throughout the race just to improve my race a little bit, but that's in the past. I can't really change that. But it was an amazing experience, something I would definitely love to represent USA again, and step up the distance.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about the race, man, and how it unfolded. Like, what was it like racing against people from all over the world, man? You know, it's like, I don't know, like, I think it's a little different, a little more unique, especially because at the collegiate level, obviously you're racing guys all over the country, you know, with all different, you know, levels of ability. This is different. Like, this is the pointy tip of the spear for guys your age. What was that like, and how did the race unfold for you?
Yeah, so I mean, it was super cool just being in the airport, seeing all the different athletes from different countries, and then we went and watched the VK, and just all the athletes are there, and the atmosphere kind of starts building. And then just throughout the week leading up to the race, I was kind of nervous, but keeping it controlled. And then throughout the race, leading up to the race that morning of, I was definitely nervous. But as the race started, we started on the road, which was interesting to me to start. But everyone went out super hard, and everyone was being super competitive on the line to where we couldn't get that. We were supposed to have one from each country on the front line. We couldn't get a single guy up front. They just wouldn't let us pass them. So we were kind of packed up in the back, but it was a good road section to get settled in. And everyone started out quick. And I definitely stayed conservative because I've been known to go out too hard. And so on the road part, conservative. Once we hit single track trail, I immediately started passing because it was just barely too wide. And then surprisingly, we're only like a mile in and kids started walking. So that was a little frustrating, definitely, because I knew I could have been pushing a little harder if I wasn't behind people walking.
Packed up behind dudes then. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, it was just one big line all the way to the front. As we started to get towards the top of the climb, there was a little more separation, and kids were being, I guess it's the European style racing where they kind of just try to hold you back, because every time I'd try to go past, they'd speed up too. So I was almost in a full sprint trying to pass. But at the top, I did pass a couple more people right before the descent, and then it's switchbacks all the way down. And I was trying to go inside and outside of people trying to pass, and I think it was a kid from Germany, possibly, just wouldn't let me pass. So as soon as we got on the road, or on like the fire road, I passed there. But yeah, I think it's the European style of racing. They kind of don't want you to pass, especially in that short of a race. So as soon as we got on the road, I tried to get everything I had, but I think once we hit the hard surface, my legs felt the lactic a lot more. And I was just trying to finish at that point. It was definitely hard, that final half mile.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well fought race, dude. And I think it's so cool because you at a young age, see, like a lot of guys in our sport didn't really get afforded these opportunities to be able to like race on an international stage and see what it's like grouped up at the front and see how fast it goes out and see how the Euros like to race. And I think it's just for us in our ability, this is a very nationalistic comment, but like in our ability to like compete in the future as Americans, like on a world stage, like it's amazing for you guys to get to see that. So that way you will be prepared and have those tools when the time does come, you know, whether it's you're racing a mountain classic or a VK or whatever you'll be racing down the line when you make Team USA. I know, I think it's pretty cool to be able to get those experiences and get to see what that's like.
Yeah, definitely was.
Yeah. What did you take away? Like, what was your learnings from it? Like, do you like anything you would do differently next time?
differently next time. I definitely wish I had slightly more of a summer of training. I think I had a pretty good summer, but I definitely felt a little bit out of shape, and I maybe hit a little more hills, and then really just kind of race it slightly different. I still think I would have died either way towards the end, but maybe go out a little harder so I wasn't behind those kids who were walking.
Right. Right.
But it was still great to experience that. And honestly, I can't change much now, but next time there's a lot to take away from it.
Yeah. How was it like with teammates and getting to meet other members of Team USA? Like, did you make some good relationships out of that? Like, as far as meeting the other guys and gals?
Yeah, so one of the guys on the team actually goes here. He's a freshman here. So we traveled together there. We met one other guy on the team at the train station, and then we met the last dude there. We met all the girls there as well. They're all super cool. I got to see one of them race last weekend at NXR, one of the girls. So it's kind of cool. Like, they're all committing places, and it's kind of cool to see them do that and progress with their running. But they're definitely like good friends now. Like, we built a good connection there. We're all joking, laughing the whole time. So it was pretty cool. Even the girls team was pretty close. Like, we would all hang out every now and then while we were there, because we had a couple days there even before our race.
What was it like? Did you get any access to, like, I don't know, did you get to talk to Jim Walmsley? Did you get to talk to Joe Gray? Like, two of the greatest, you know, Katie Scheide's in the mix there, like hanging out. Like, some of the best American trail runners of all time are hanging out. Like, did you get access to any of these people and get to talk to them?
Yeah, so I think a lot of them had their own, they're either at their own hotels or something, but a lot of the US team was in our hotel, and we'd see them at lunch or dinner, and we'd get to hang out with them. But then I think a couple of them doubled, so those days we didn't see them at all. And but they were pretty inviting. We're at lunch or at dinner, they'd sit by us and ask us who we were, where we're from, all that. And then Jim Walmsley was super, super humble. And after our race, he came up to us, said, "Good job," asked us how it went, and like took a picture with us and everything. We had been watching the live streams for the other races, so it was really cool to see those athletes in person and kind of meet them as well.
So cool. Anyone that stood out to you besides Jim that, like, was really kind and, like, would just, you know, like just, I don't know. I sometimes we forget, like, just trail runners, like these guys and gals, like they're role models for your, you know, your class that's coming up, or people like you that want to go become a professional in the sport.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say all of them were super nice. Like, everyone was super inviting, and they all talked to us. So I wouldn't say any one person, but they all talked to us, all wanted to hear about our story and everything like that.
Yeah, we've got, I mean, honestly, dude, like, best sport on earth. Good people, great humans, and they're all awesome. Like, everybody on that team is amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, I guess so. I want to shift gears a little bit. I just have so many questions for you, like, in the sense of, you know, I don't get to talk to, like, people more. In your, like, age group that are interested in trail, like, what sticks out to you right now? Like, what interests you about it? Like, what brands are you interested in? Like, what shoes do you wear on the trail? Like, what is your favorite aspect of it? I just have, like, so many things that I'd be interested to learn from you about it.
Yeah, so I liked a lot of the gear we got for Worlds. It was all Nike gear. We didn't get shoes, but
did you get one of those
we're Nike
shirts? Those, like, really cool.
We did.
Oh, you got one.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Don't sell it. Keep it, because that thing's probably worth.
I'm not going to. I heard people trying to talk about selling it, and I knew exactly what it was when we got it, and knew exactly I was keeping it for forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But we're a Nike school here, so I wear a lot of Nike shoes just for our everyday runs. I wore the Nike Ultraflies for the race, just a bit of a speed shoe. But honestly, yeah, I love Nike shoes. They're a big brand. I think my training shoes all summer were Saucony. But I kind of just find what feels best. when I'm finding shoes. Most of the time it does end up being Nike, but I also like Hoka's and Saucony, but I'm not very picky. I do like somewhat softer shoes, but not too soft. So that's the gear I go with. For like the 23K this year, I'd love to find some poles and race with poles, just with all that climbing. Okay. But I don't know if I have any specific gear I use.
Interesting. The poles, man. Everybody's adopting the poles these days. It's a popular thing. Shout out to Sven at Lecky, man. I'm gonna talk to him. Get some poles sent your way. What like as far as like content you consume, like from just being interested, is it more ultra? Like, are you more interested in the long stuff or the short stuff right
now? Right now, the short stuff. But I do love watching the long stuff. It's almost every year that we go watch the Western States, and that's great to watch, great to see. But then like UTMB, I watch a lot of their kind of like highlights, because that is some super long races. And definitely shorter right now, but I would like to step it up to longer as I start to lose my speed more. And I like, while we were in Spain, we watched a couple UTMB races just to kind of get some motivation going.
Yeah, that's cool. Who's your, like, that's a weird question, but like, who's your favorite trail runner right now? Like, who do you look to or to that like gives you that gets you stoked, that's like doing something in the sport?
When I was growing up, it was definitely Max King, just since my parents ran with him. Killian's another great one. But then I wouldn't pick one. It's really all those Western States guys. And then also Ruth Croft, great runner. She came and stayed with us for a couple weeks before she won the Western States. And that was really cool to see. So I wouldn't say there's one person, but definitely some bigger names out there. Definitely Walmsley. Definitely look up to them.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I find it so cool. It's always interesting to talk to folks because like I'm so in the sport that like sometimes I don't take a step back to say like, okay, like what do other people think of this, or what do other people find interesting? Yeah, man. What all right, as far as goals go, like, are you interested in transitioning straight to trails after college? Is there like any plans to try and make a go of it on the roads, or is it just straight trails for you?
Yeah, so I mean, well, in college, I hope this year or next year to make regionals for steeplechase. And then if that leads to nationals, that'd be great. And from there, see what happens. But if I don't really see that going anyway, then I'd probably transition right into trails. But also, I want to keep some of that speed. So, like, I know there's some athletes, not many, but they kind of do a trail season and then maybe a road or track season. Yep. So I would love to do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a growing like section of the sport now. I see it more so probably on the women's side that I've seen it more doable. Like we've got McKenna Morley coming over, from the roads as a marathoner and now coming into the sport and kind of doing both. Dude, Grayson Murphy. I mean, you have Christian too. I think Christian is probably the best male example of kind of doing both on the roads and the track. Did you get a chance to meet Christian at Worlds?
I believe so. There was so many people.
He had the mullet. He's the mullet guy with the mustache and the mullet.
Yes. Yeah. He was super nice.
Dude, that's one of our great American hopes. Like that's the future of our sport right there. Is probably him. Taylor Stack too. Cam Smith. I'm a big fan of all these guys. It's all cool. Interesting. Okay. All right. So I like the goals and stuff like that. Is there any races that stick out to you that like you'd like to do in the next few years outside of Broken Arrow? Like, have you looked into like the Golden Trail Series or I know there's like Series Annals, the Gamma, races like that, or maybe the Skyrunner Series, but that might be a little slow for someone like you. Like, is there anything that like kind of stands out?
I haven't really looked that far ahead. I know I should be looking at that. But it's kind of just balancing, seeing when my track season actually ends and when I can actually go into that trail racing summer. If I'm making regionals, that cuts into my summer 2-3 more weeks. So I haven't looked too far ahead just in case maybe I'm injured coming off a track season or something. But I definitely like to think about those as options in these next couple summers.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome, man. Well, listen, we're at about 30, 35 minutes now. I think we've got a ton. I think it's a good place to start. I'm really appreciative for you to come on the pod and have a conversation. And yeah, I'm looking forward to where the season's going to take you next, man. I hope we get to bump into each other at Broken Arrow this year. And yeah, man, I'll be cheering for you along the way. And thanks for coming on.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it, dude. Awesome. Thanks, man.